Three, two, one. And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. For anybody watching, thank you very much for watching. And we are doing day 3 of Stellar Blade. And a couple things I want to mention before we get into today's stream or whatever. I have been mentioning that the controls, as far as like the world, like the platforming, have been like really bad, while the combat feels really good. And I discovered something that may actually, how should I say, that may help resolve some of those problems. So I'm going to go in here to my control scheme. Now, this is, for anybody who's not familiar with Steam, Steam has its own built-in control remapping option, and you can tune the controls however you want. This is one of the programs that I use. If I'm playing with keyboard and mouse, I'll generally use a program known as Rewazd. That's the main reason I don't play on Linux, because there's no support for it on Linux. Otherwise, I probably would, switch over to Linux. But anyways, if I go over here to joystick and I go to my left joystick and I go to the settings, down here, there is what is known as a dead zone shape. Now, I don't generally mess with this because I find that the default is perfectly fine for all the games I play. But it does, and I've messed with this before with other games, but it does have two other options, cross and square. And I suspect that if we were to maybe put it on cross, it would balance things out in regards to, like, transversing on the poles and swinging, the things that just don't really work too well with the current default. I don't know, but once we come to a point in the game, we'll try that. I have also slightly changed up my controls a little bit because of the range attacks just being a little difficult to do on the fly with the way I currently, or the way I had previously had my controls set up. I normally, whenever I play like an action RPG, I put my sprint button on the left trigger, and I have another button just for dodging. So I try to keep them separate. However, for this game, because of the way they did the sprint, and it's a toggle rather than a hold, I'm trying something a little different, where instead of putting it on, instead of putting it on the left trigger as I normally would, there's an option for, how should I say, outer ring, and you can bind a hotkey to the outer ring of the thumbstick. So, when you're pressing in any direction up until a certain point, it's not going to execute the hotkey. But once you go to the point of where you are on the outer ring, it will execute the hotkey. And so what I did is I put the sprint hotkey on the outer ring. But again, there is a problem because this is a toggle rather than a hold. However, I did write a auto hotkey script because when Sony ported Horizon Zero Dawn, the first version of it, not the new one, they did fix it with the new game. You don't have to do this now. But with the original version, it was like this. You had to press a button and it was a toggle, and they didn't have a hold option. So I wrote a hotkey script that if you're running WASD, W-A-S-D, with the keyboard rather than the analog stick, it would basically work where I could press on the analog stick in any direction, and I would go into a sprint, and then when I would release it, the auto hotkey script would toggle it off. So it worked really well. It was almost like 100% effective. This game, I thought, supported hybrid controls, but it actually doesn't. So, because I was going to try to use that script and drop the analog, the analog stick, and go with WASD, where basically I would just program the analog stick to WASD. But it doesn't support it. So I'm just going to continue to play as is. And then depending on how I feel about the game, if once I'm, towards the middle or done, if it's a game that I think I'm going to replay, then I'll go ahead and see if I can try a whole new controller setup using keyboard commands programmed into the controller, and that would help a lot. But it is a lot of work, and I don't know if I'm going to like this game enough to want to put in the work to do that. So I'm just going to continue with it as is, but I probably will test out the, when we get to like a platform part, maybe change this to cross or square just to see if that kind of fixes that problem. So my left trigger was usually set to my sprint button. It no longer is. So I'm probably going to be hitting it, and it's going to bring up my range attack until I get it programmed to muscle memory. So that's probably going to, come up as we are playing the game. One other thing, I noticed that if you log out, unlike a Souls game, if you are, running around and you don't get to a save, you don't actually go and save and you exit the game like you would in a Souls game, this game does not save your progress, because I noticed that when I went to go log back in, that my Nier Automata skins were not the last ones that I got for the pod and my eye patch. They were gone, and I was like, what the hell? And it was because it didn't save, because I was in combat and I wanted to get out of combat. So I thought, okay, let's just do the way we did it in Souls games, log out, log back in, and go from there. So I think most people don't really care, because most people probably play the game, but if you haven't, be aware that it's not going to save your progress. However, if you die, it will save your progress. There are some issues with the game. I wouldn't say they're major, but things I don't like. That is one of them. The toggle for sprint is another. We'll see about the platforming, because if the cross feature fixes the problem with the platforming, then it's just a matter of a control issue, not necessarily with the game. But I'm skeptical, but we'll try it and see. I think that's pretty much it. Oh no, there's one other thing. We're not ready to go into the area we were going to go into. So we were going to go in there. However, this game, and this is a plus, something I really do like. Actually, I'll pull up the map here. Okay, so I mentioned earlier in the game, in the first area, that I don't really like how there's all this yellow paint telling you like where to go. But I've noticed in this, once you get to this area of the game, yes, there's still yellow paint, but there's a lot of areas that you can go to, that you need to go to, that there is no yellow paint. It's a little weird, because it's inconsistent. I don't know why they wouldn't, put, if you're going to use yellow paint, then use yellow paint. But I was watching a playthrough, as I mentioned before. If I've already gone through an area or up to a certain part of the game, I'll watch like a walkthrough just to see if I missed things. And one of the things I noticed is, because I went through pretty much this whole area, and there were a couple things that I did miss. Well, actually, there was a lot that I missed, like a lot. But a lot of the stuff that I missed were things that are mostly not noticeable, like not with like yellow paint or anything like that. There'd be maybe yellow paint nearby, but how to get to the parts, well, you'll see once we get there, and for anybody watching. Now, one area that I was going to go to before I even looked at any playthrough was I forgot to go over here, because we never investigated this area over here. So we'll go back over there. But I did end up getting my eye patch back and my tripod, and I did a resave or whatever. But I think we're ready to head over. I also rebalanced the audio a bit. I bumped up the game audio just a tiny bit, because day one, it was too loud. Day two, it was too low. So I went for something in the middle. And then same thing with my mic. And then the music was a little too low. So I bumped that up. So I think with today's adjustments, it should be like about perfect. Anyways, so now when I sprint, I've got the hotkey set to the outer ring, but if I want to walk, slower, then I can't press too much on the outer ring. However, it's not perfect because there will be times where I'll be sprinting, and if I come out of it, it won't sprint. I have to like reapply it. But I had to do that when I had the trigger set that way. So I think it's still better than it was. I'd still prefer it to be a hold, but unfortunately, that's not going to be possible. And I looked online for mods, scripts, or anything, and I do think my auto hotkey script would work, but it may not necessarily be necessary. But okay, so let's get going here. See, that's what I meant by pressing the trigger. It's going to be very helpful for quick blasting. I still don't have motion controls, so another thing I could potentially do for those simulators where all I'm doing is first-person shooting is I could switch over to keyboard and mouse just for those because that's all I'm doing is aiming and shooting with dodging. So I think I could probably do something like that. I'll have to probably make a few modifications. Looks like this guy wants something. Okay. So yeah, we didn't go up there. I don't know why I didn't go up there. Probably just overlooked it or whatever. But we'll go ahead and do that now. One second. Oh, I forgot something else I wanted to change, but I gotta wait here. Okay, so I forgot to do this. So one of the things that I got at the end of the stream on day 2 was this. And for every enemy I kill, I get 90 HP. So I was like, kind of looking through it when I was setting up the controls. I was like, oh, I should be using that. So we're going to put that on. Let's see. Still think we'll go with that. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to change. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. Okay, let's see what's in here. Oh, wow. That looks pretty dope. Can I not get up on this thing? Okay. What is this? So it's nothing we can collect? It's got like a ringing sound to it though. There's something over there. Oh, it's a can. All right. I guess we should swim. Oh, there's something over there. Okay. Oh, we need a code. Okay. The hell did she just kick? Oh yeah, we need to go that way. Okay, there's a crate over there. Whoa. 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 Ah, look at that. There's an enemy there. Give me some health. Yeah, I love lifesteal. Well, it's more death steal, but better than nothing. Whoa. What's in here? Oh, good. We don't need a code. Oh. Is it a shortcut? All right. Okay, this is... Whoa. So there's some yellow ledges there. So we could drop down, potentially jump to that tree branch. But where would we go from there? Yeah. I don't know where you'd go once you get to this branch. Whoa! That's really sensitive. Okay, there's something over there. Look at the map. I'm confused. Not good. Why are you? Oh my God. You don't even need the second one, but you definitely need that first one. All right, so is there any kind of yellow paint over here? Okay, so there's yellow platforms there. We could probably make it to there, but the problem is once we get there, there's no more yellow platforms. Okay, so if we get here, there's platforms over here, but I'm not going to make it to there. So I don't know what the hell you're supposed to do with that. Unless this is another double jump thing that you need. And there was no... Yeah. I need you to sprint. Jank, man. This shit is jank. Okay, there's a ladder. Oh. Can we drop down there, or are we gonna die? I think we're gonna... We can try. Okay. Don't have enough to get over there. Oh, we didn't get this. What's this? Is there more of these things? Oh, there's one up there. Okay. The other one is up there. Maybe we need this. Oh, it, okay. All right, so we collected another can. Still don't know what those are really for, but whatever. Ooh, if we can get a little lower, maybe. Oh, there's yellow. Okay. So, hold on. Ah. I don't know if we can jump on over there. Fuck. We made it. Okay. All right. So we fucked around. We found out. Okay. This is, well. All right. Let me try. Let's try the cross first. How do you rotate around? Oh, so L3. Oh, okay. So I think we're supposed to try to jump over there and go up and then jump over there. Oh, no. Fuck. Oh my God. I don't even know how I grabbed it the first time. Okay, I think I need to dash sooner. Oh no. Fuck. Oh, you have to. Okay, I think I see how to do it. Okay. No, don't do that. Oh. I don't know if you're supposed to do it that way. Shit. Maybe I need to be... You may need double jump for that. Because you need to be able to jump one more time unless there's another way to get to that ledge. Shit! Yeah, they don't want you to jump there. I don't know. So there is a mechanic that I've noticed. So if I were to jump, there's like she kind of does like a landing dodge roll, but you have to press jump in order to do it. So, and you kind of have to be sprinting. So, but I still think she's probably too high to make that drop. No. Let me see if I can change that rotate. As that rotates, really screwing things up for me. We could switch the toggle sprint to another hotkey. Where the fuck is scan? Well. So what's it conflicting with? No. Shit, and then three, okay. This work? So, wait a minute. Okay. Ah. Shit. No. Oh, man. Okay. Fuck, it's rotate. Ah. It keeps putting the fucking rotate on. I don't want to rotate. So either way, it just keeps changing the rotate to the button for sprint, which I don't want it to fucking do. These fucking controls are so frustrating. I've only had one other game frustrate me so much on controls as far as setting up, and that was Horizon Zero Dawn. At least for a controller. It's perfect for keyboard and mouse, but trying to set that up for controllers fucking sucks. Okay, I'm gonna restore what I had. This is not working. I guess we could leave the hint on that as well. Seems to kind of make sense. All right. Okay, I'm not gonna dick around with that anymore. We'll wait till we get the fucking double jump. We do need to go back over here. Let's just make this simple. we haven't made any progress, so actually no, because I don't know if we saved. No, we haven't saved since we did that cavern. So